Hello students, in the previous class we discussed the definition of hyperbola and the standard equation of hyperbola, which is x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. Its derivation is also discussed, and the equation of hyperbola, which is the curve symmetric about both x and y axis, and it has two symmetrical branches and the curve is open. Okay, already we discussed the length of the transverse axis and conjugate axis. Where the x-axis meets the curve at A and A dash, the A dash is called transverse axis. If B is equal to 0 comma B and B dash is equal to 0 comma minus B, that distance BB dash is called conjugate axis. So it has two axes, one is transverse axis, other one is conjugate axis. Here there is no importance of A greater than B or A less than B. By depend upon the curve itself, we have defined the equation of the hyperbola. So the standard equation of hyperbola is x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. Now let us do some more properties related to the hyperbola. That is x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1 today, and we will discuss the four standard forms of the hyperbola, and also we discuss the focal property and parametric equations of this hyperbola. Okay. So this is the next property. Length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1 is 2b square by a. Length of lattice rectum is what? 2b square by a. How to prove this one? It is also very easy for you. Consider the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. Its curve is like this. In the previous class, we derived its standard equation as x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. It is the standard equation of the hyperbola. It is its center. It is x-axis. This is the y-axis. Lattice rectum means the focal chord perpendicular to the axis. This is your lattice rectum. L dash. Now we have to find out its length as 2a square by b. How to prove this one? All of you know that the distance from center to the focus is AE. Okay. Suppose its length is L, then automatically it is also L. The curve is symmetric about x-axis. Therefore, the coordinates of L are what? AE comma small l. It lies on your hyperbola. You just substitute there. You can get the value of L, and hence that you can find the value of L dash. X square means a square e square by a square minus y square means L square by b square is equal to 1. A square gets cancelled. Therefore, L square by b square is equal to e square minus 1. E square minus 1 is nothing but b square by a square. Implies L square is equal to b power 4 by a square. Implies L is equal to b square by a. We have the length of semi-lattice rectum as b square by a. On double it's 1. 2L is equals to 2b square by a. Hence proved. Therefore, length of the lattice rectum is equals to 2b square by a. Now, what are the coordinates of L, AE comma b square by a? It is same as in the ellipse. But your b square is equal to a square into e square minus 1 here. And this is AE comma minus b square by a. Similarly, you can write the other two extremities for this lattice rectum also. There exist two lattice rectums for the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. Curve is symmetric, therefore its length is also 2b square by a. So this is the property. Length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola is 2b square by a. Okay. Next, focal property. What is focal property on hyperbola? What is focal property of ellipse? P is any point on the ellipse. S and S dash are foci. Then SP plus S dash P is constant. That is, sum of the focal distances of any point on ellipse is constant. The constant is equal to the length of the major axis. Here also, same manner, the differences of the focal distances. Here, instead of sum, you have difference. The differences of the focal distances of any point on hyperbola is always constant. The constant value equal to length of the transverse axis is equal to the length of the transverse axis. The derivation is also similar to the derivation in ellipse. Now let us draw the diagram. This is y-axis, this is the x-axis, and it is your hyperbola. The curve is symmetric about both x and y-axis. Now we have to write the focal property, that is the differences of focal distances of any point on hyperbola is always constant, that is equal to the length of the transverse axis. A dash is the length of transverse axis. So this is one focus, this is the another focus, S dash. Now this is S dash P, this is SP. Its differences are always equal to constant. These are corresponding directrix of the hyperbola. Understand? So what is the focal property? S dash P minus SP is equals to 2A for what? X square by A square minus Y square by B square is equals to 1. S dash P minus SP is equals to 2A, we have to prove that. Now, by definition of the hyperbola itself, SP by PM is equals to what? SP by PM is equals to E. SP by PM is equal to E, as well as S dash P by PM dash is also E. So this is the corresponding directrix to this focus. This is the corresponding directrix to this focus. We are applying the definition for the two foci here. Similarly, S dash P by PM dash is equals to also E. Implies SP is equals to E into PM, implies S dash P is equals to E into PM dash. This is PM dash. Therefore, S dash P minus SP is what, my dears? E into PM dash minus PM. What about PM dash minus PM? That is nothing but MM dash. PM dash minus PM is MM dash. So E into MM dash. All of you know that MM dash is nothing but Z dash. That is equal to E times of Z dash. What is distance between two foot of directrix? That is 2A by E. E times of 2A by E. Because CZ is equals to A by E. CZ dash is also A by E. Therefore, 2A by E. E gets cancelled. We have 2A. Therefore, S dash P minus SP, the difference S dash P minus SP is equals to 2A. What is 2A? Length of the transverse axis. So this is called the focal property of the hyperbola. So the differences of the focal distances of any point on hyperbola is nothing but length of the transverse axis, that is AA dash. This is your AA dash. Length of the transverse axis, it is called the focal property of the hyperbola. Understand? This is the one focal distance, this is the another focal distance. Its difference is always equal to AA dash. This is the focal property. In ellipse, sum of the focal distances is constant. In hyperbola, differences of the focal distances is constant. Focal distances of a point with respect to the hyperbola. Okay, this is the property. Next one. Now let us define the conjugate hyperbola. How to define conjugate hyperbola? We know the definition of the hyperbola. So SP by PM is greater than 1. Such locus of point is hyperbola. This is what A dash, it is called transverse axis. This is some BB dash is called conjugate axis. B and B dash are not any points of intersections to the curve with the y-axis. Just they are at distances B units from the center. Now A dash is what? Transverse axis. BB dash is what? Conjugate axis. Now the conjugate hyperbola of given hyperbola is obtained by interchanging the roles of transverse axis and conjugate axis. We choose the transverse axis as conjugate axis and conjugate axis as transverse axis. We obtain a new hyperbola. From this hyperbola, that hyperbola is called conjugate hyperbola of the given hyperbola. So the conjugate hyperbola, it is in this manner. So we are changing the roles of transverse axis to conjugate axis to transverse axis. Now this is B, this is B dash, this is A, this is your A dash. So choose transverse axis to conjugate axis to transverse axis. We obtain the conjugate hyperbola. If it is your hyperbola, this is your conjugate hyperbola. Now, if it is your main hyperbola, it is its conjugate hyperbola. H is the hyperbola and H dash is its conjugate to each other. If H is your main hyperbola, H dash is its conjugate. H dash is your main hyperbola, H is its conjugate. So, these two hyperbolas are conjugate to each other. So, two parabolas are said to be conjugate to each other if their transverse axis is conjugate axis transverse axis of the other. At that time we say that the two hyperbolas are conjugate to each other. So the main intention is you have to change A dash to BB dash to A dash. Instead, choose your transverse axis as conjugate axis as your transverse axis. Now, if it is the equation x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1, the equation of its conjugate is what? Y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. So x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. This is y square by b square minus x square by a square equal to 1. So these are the equations of the standard forms of the hyperbola and its conjugate. Here there is no importance of either a greater than b or a less than b. The curves itself changed here. In your ellipse equation, both the equations are same, the conditions are different. Either a greater than b or a less than b is there. But there is no importance of which one is more, which one is less. About the lengths of the transverse axis as well as the conjugate axis. So the curve equations itself change. That is x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1 is hyperbola. Its conjugate equation is what? Y square by b square minus x square by a square is equal to 1. Its foci are like that. This is one focus, this is its another focus. This is vertex A dash, this is the vertex B dash and it is B. So the foci along y-axis, that is our transverse axis is here, y-axis. It is the conjugate axis. A dash is your conjugate axis. So this is hyperbola, this is its conjugate hyperbola. Its equation is y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. Understand? This is the way to define the conjugate hyperbola. Now let us see the two standard forms of hyperbola. Two standard forms. Just to we define the hyperbola and conjugate hyperbola. What is main hyperbola? X square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. And its conjugate hyperbola is what? Y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. Let us write all the things related to the two standard forms of the hyperbola. So your first hyperbola is x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. Its diagram is in this manner. Here conjugate hyperbola. This is your conjugate hyperbola. Your transverse axis along y-axis. Here your transverse axis is along x-axis. Now, this is the center. These are the vertices A dash. This is some B dash. This is S. This is S dash. Similarly here, this is C. This is B. This is your B dash. And A dash are like this. This is your focus S. This is the another focus S dash. So we have two structures. Now let us write all these things. What is the center here? Center of the hyperbola is 0, 0. Because the curve is symmetric about both x and y axis, and any chord passing through that C is bisected by C. So we take the center of the hyperbola is 0, 0. In the same manner, in ellipse also the center of the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 is 0, 0. Here also center is 0, 0. Here what is the eccentricity? Eccentricity E is obtained by the formula root of a square plus b square by a square. Why it is root of a square plus b square by a square? We have b square is equal to a square into e square minus 1. So b square by a square plus 1 equal to e square. Therefore from that e is equal to root of a square plus b square by a square. Now what about e here? E is equals to root of b square plus a square by b square. This is the eccentricity of the hyperbola. Here for a, y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. This is the center 0, 0, 0, 0. Vertices are plus or minus a comma 0. This is a comma 0, this is minus a comma 0. Here the vertices are 0 comma plus or minus b. Foci are what? Plus or minus ae comma 0. Here 0 comma plus or minus be. Next one, directrix. Equation of directrix are x equal to plus or minus a by e. Here y is equals to plus or minus b by e. These are the directrix. Transverse axis. Transverse axis along x-axis. So its equation is y equal to 0. Length is 2a. It is along y-axis, so its equation is x equal to 0, its length is 2b. For y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. Conjugate axis. Conjugate axis. Its axis along y-axis, so its equation is x equal to 0, length 2b. Here y is equals to 0, length 2a. And finally we have length of lattice rectum. We derived the length of the lattice rectum as 2b square by a. We proved 2b square by a. Similarly here the length of the lattice rectum is 2a square by b. So these are all formulas related to the standard equations, two standard forms, x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1, and this is y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. So here the eccentricity is what? E is equals to root of a square plus b square by a square. Here the eccentricity is root of b square plus a square by b square. So their axis along x and y axis, main transverse axis along x axis, its length is 2a. Here the transverse axis along y axis, its length is 2b. So these are the foci along y axis. Here the foci along the x axis. What is the center? 0 comma 0. So in this manner we can write the two standard forms of the hyperbola, and we can list out the concepts related to the both the standard forms of the hyperbola. Okay. So the first equation is what? X square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. The second equation is what? Y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. So x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1 is our main form. Its conjugate form is y square by b square minus x square by a square is equals to 1. Understand? Now the equation of hyperbola with center at h comma k. Equation of the hyperbola with center at h comma k. And your transverse axis along x-axis is of the form x minus h whole square by a square minus y minus k whole square by b square is equals to 1. What is the center here? H comma k. The equation is like this when your transverse axis parallel to x-axis. Your transverse axis parallel to x-axis. This is the equation. Another standard form, that is the fourth table, y minus k whole square by b square minus x minus h whole square by a square is equals to 1. Understand? That means, suppose these are the coordinate axes. Your hyperbola transverse axis is parallel to x-axis. So your hyperbola may be in this manner. This is the conjugate axis. Here your coordinate axes are in this manner, your hyperbola may be in this manner. This is your transverse axis. This is your transverse axis. Here the transverse axis parallel to x-axis, here the transverse axis parallel to y-axis. So we can easily write the formula related to this. Here also center C is equals to h comma k. Here also h comma k. We have two formula in the standard form. Instead of 0, 0, you have h comma k. That means the point is there, you have to add h comma k for the previous formula. Suppose the equation is there, instead of x you have to write x minus h, y minus k. Instead of y you have to write y minus k. This is the center h comma k. Vertices are h plus or minus a comma k. Here h comma k plus or minus a. K plus or minus b, sorry. H plus or minus a comma k, h comma k plus or minus b. What is eccentricity? Same, root of a square plus b square by a square. Here eccentricity is what? E is equal to root of b square plus a square by b square. So from that, what are foci? Foci are h plus or minus ae comma k. Here h comma k plus or minus be. Foci. What are the directrix equations? X minus h is equals to plus or minus a by a. X minus h equal to plus or minus a by a. Here y minus k equal to plus or minus b by a. Now here the transverse axis parallel to x-axis, that is y minus k equal to 0, its length is 2a. Here x minus h equal to 0, its length is 2b. Again conjugate axis is x minus h equal to 0, its length 2b, y minus k equal to 0, its length 2a. These are the formulae. Here length of the lattice rectum is equals to 2b square by a. Here also length of the lattice rectum is 2b square by a. There is no change, 2a square by b. Sorry, 2a square by b. Here the length doesn't change, but instead of vertices and foci, you have to add h comma k to the previous list of the formulae. So center, vertices, foci, directrix, transverse axis, conjugate axis, length of the lattice rectum, all these formulae just like the previous formulae, both are same, but these are differ by the eccentricity. Once the eccentricity is changed, all the formulas must be changed. So don't forget the eccentricity of the ellipse is here, root of a square plus b square by a square, not minus. Instead of ellipse, you have minus is there, here plus is there. E is equal to root of a square plus b square by a square. At the remaining, each and every formula is related same as in the ellipse, but the meaning is different. Here the eccentricities are different than that ellipse. There E is equal to root of a square minus b square by a square. Here E is equals to root of a square plus b square by a square is there. So previous two set of formulas are there. These are the two sets. Totally 4 set of the formulas you must and should learn. Then you can write all the vertex, focus, directrix, eccentricity, etc., etc. You can easily write for these 4 standard forms. 2 are main standard forms, and 2 other things are the center set h comma k and transverse axis parallel to x axis here, center at same h comma k and the transverse axis parallel to y axis here. The structure is y minus k whole square by b square minus x minus h whole square by a square is equal to 1. Here x minus h whole square by a square minus y minus k whole square by b square is equals to 1. Okay. Now let us define the auxiliary circle of hyperbola. Already we know the auxiliary circle in ellipse. What is the auxiliary circle? There the circle described on major axis as diameter is called auxiliary circle of the ellipse. In the same manner here also the auxiliary circle of hyperbola is the circle described on the transverse axis as diameter. The transverse axis as diameter construct a circle. That circle is called auxiliary circle of the hyperbola. So we have the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1 like that. This is the equation. X square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. This is the circle described on transverse axis as diameter. This is the circle. Now this is called the auxiliary circle. So it is concentric with the center of the hyperbola and radius is a. Its equation is what? X square plus y square is equals to a square. This is the auxiliary circle. Now we can define the auxiliary circle for y square by b square minus x square by a square equal to 1 also. It is the conjugate hyperbola of the x square by a square minus y square by b square is there. Conjugate hyperbola like that. This is the conjugate hyperbola. Now it is the transverse axis for this one. You construct a circle, this one has diameter, this is the auxiliary circle for that. So its equation is what? This is b, this is also b units. X square plus y square is equals to b square is the equation of auxiliary circle for y square by b square minus x square by a square equal to 1. So simply the auxiliary circle is nothing but the circle described on transverse axis as diameter is called auxiliary circle. Okay. Now with the help of that auxiliary circle equation, let us try to prove the parametric equations of hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1 are x is equals to a secant theta and y is equals to b tan theta. So let us try to define the parametric equations of hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. So consider the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. This is the hyperbola. We are going to prove that the parametric equations of that one are x is equals to a secant theta, y is equals to b tan theta. Now, what is the auxiliary circle for this one? This is the circle described on transverse axis as diameter, because this is transverse axis. Transverse axis means the x-axis where it meets the curves. These are two vertices. This axis is called transverse axis. This is the diameter to this one. Okay. Now we have to find out the parametric equations. X equal to a secant theta, y is equals to b tan theta. For that, let P be any point on the hyperbola. P be any point on the hyperbola. Listen carefully. Now draw ordinate Pn from P to the x-axis. This is your x-axis. Understand? Now draw the tangent to this circle from that point N. This is the tangent. You can draw the tangent in this manner also. This is the tangent. It touches the circle at some point Q. It touches the circle at some point Q. Now join CQ. What is the center of the circle? Now, if it is theta, angle theta, this is varying from point to point on the moving of the circumference of the hyperbola. Am I correct or not? Your point is changed from here to here, automatically the Q will be changed, then the line joining of CQ will be changed, the theta is changed. So there is one correspondence. For every point of P, there exists one point of contact Q here. So there exists one angle theta is there. So for every moment of P, there is one Q. Understand? Now, if it is theta, what is the distance from here to here? The distance from here to here is A. That is the radius of the auxiliary circle. So can you write the value of Cn or not? The value of Cn is equals to A secant theta. Am I correct or not? What about cos theta here? This is the 90 degrees. The tangent and corresponding radii always makes an angle 90 degrees. Suppose cos theta is what? From the right angle triangle. Cos theta equal adjacent side by hypotenuse A by Cn. A by Cn. Therefore, the value of Cn is equals to what? A secant theta. That is why I am writing Cn as A secant theta. Suppose this is Pn. This is Cn. The coordinates of P are what? Cn comma Pn. Suppose Cn is what? A secant theta is there. A secant theta comma, suppose this is one y1 say. Can you get the y1 by substitute the point P on the hyperbola equation itself or not? Yes. What is the equation of hyperbola? X square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. On substituting the coordinates a secant theta comma y1 here itself, we get the value of y1. A square secant square theta by a square minus y1 square by b square is equal to 1. A square gets cancelled. Secant square theta minus 1 equal to y1 square by b square implies y1 square equal to b square times of tan square theta, because secant square theta minus 1 is tan square theta. Theta is varying from 0 to 2 pi. So we take y is equals to y1 equal to b tan theta. So this value may be plus or minus by depending upon the quadrant of the theta, that is b tan theta is there. Okay. So y is equals to b tan theta, x is equals to a secant theta. So we have x is equals to a secant theta, y is equals to b tan theta. This is any point x comma y as a secant theta comma b tan theta is any point on your hyperbola. So we take x equal to a secant theta, y equal to b tan theta are the parametric equations of our hyperbola. X square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. So it is a very simple derivation for you. So any point on hyperbola is what? A secant theta comma b tan theta. Theta lies from 0 to 2 pi, but at theta equal to pi by 2 it is not exist. So leave that one. A secant theta comma b tan theta is any point on your hyperbola. Now x equal to a secant theta, y equal to b tan theta are the parametric equations of your hyperbola. So in this manner we can write the parametric equations. Okay students, in the next class we will discuss the remaining. Thank you.